Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. Today I'm going to just be talking to you, catching up and just having a little play. I will be putting some collage on this as I have a little chat, and it's just a little craft room chat today. And so many of you have asked about my journal for Canada and where I'm taking that. And so here it is. This is the inside of the, that's the cover. It's just a little mini journal, but it did come with these really fun pockets, and there's a divider in there. So if you'd like to see how I created that and put that together with magnetic closure on both sides using envelopes and creating these fun pockets, excellent way to store things. And I just think something like that, if you're going away for a weekend and then you come back with the receipts and the tickets and all the little loyalty cards and things that you collect, maybe a business card or a little restaurant something that you pick up, it's really nice to be able to put them into the pockets. So that was a lovely fun idea. But so many of you wrote in and you had some ideas of where I could take the journal, and so this is a shout out to Judy in New Mexico. Thank you for all your messages. I have received all of them. I've tried to reply to you, and I'm putting up on the screen now my email address so that you can get in touch with the 2 inspirational women that you wanted me to look into for my Canada journal. And so also thank you so much to the lady from Newfoundland who has said that she's from there and she'll be going back and she might be able to pick up some memorabilia, and she might be able to pick up some things from that area. And just with everything that's gone on in the news recently regarding the submersible Ocean Gate Mission 5, which was so much of a tragedy, I really have felt that this journal has been put to one side because of the connection to the part of Canada that I was even referring to, Labrador, Newfoundland. Just couldn't believe that we were then being drawn into the news and watching that. So I had to put that to one side because it was all a little bit too much, and I certainly didn't want to have that going on a channel, on the videos whilst that was coming out. It would have been inappropriate, particularly as last year I had links with sort of the Titanic story, but the Queen Mary and things like that, and it's all of those things that really interest and intrigue me. So that being on the news was a real shocker. So that's what's going on with that journal. It's sort of stalling, but today I might put the pages in just so that I can feel like I've progressed. The other thing happening is July, Junk Journal July. Now last year I did do Junk Journal July and I created the Indian Summer Journal. So anybody wanting to take part in the Junk Journal July with all the new prompts from Meg's journals, I'll leave the link to her channel in the description. You'll be able to find the prompts for this year, you will see that they come out like this: Junk Journal July, and then there's prompts every day. And I have decided that I will make a journal for Junk Journal July, bring you along for the ride, so that if you would like to take part, you can put together something like this. It is going to be a junk one. It is going to be probably a soft cover, probably very similar. I have no idea what it's going to be, because we haven't started that project yet. But I think that I had so much creative fun with this one last year. It took the wind out of my sails a little bit because it was very involved when I started finding ephemera and things and got a bit sucked into it. There you can see how we had the letter from the uncle of the lady that we found, Betty, Betty letters. So if you haven't seen that series, have a look back. Yeah, Miss Betty Fosbury. Oh my goodness. So and then this was all about the transatlantic crossing from England over to New York, which is obviously linked to Titanic, because this was the next one that they built after the tragedy of the Titanic. So to have that all in the news recently was a little bit close to my heart, because I am very aware of that history, as I know many of you are as well, and have been following along with that last. Just very strange to be talking about that part of Canada and then it all to be in the news. In front of me here is the house project, so this is for Builder Journal. So I'm just going to put some bits down here as I have a little chat, and this is really so that you have something to look at. So I've just got some glue, I'm just picking out some bits. Okay, so I'm just finding some scraps from the scrap tray here. This is sort of a discard tray, little bits that I put in here when I'm doing a project, and then I'm throwing things in. But everything that goes in here, it's not rubbish, it's considered things that I think are still useful. So even if they're tiny little bits of fabric or fluff, it all goes back in, and I find that I can pull from it, and then lo and behold it all links together for something. So it's a really good idea if you look at your scraps and think that we can use that again, and just put it in a little tray or a dish or a bowl, a box, anything, and you can then pull from it, and it's just a lovely little resource of all the little bits that you collect over time, just fragments and stuff. Got more bits up here, bigger bits, like you know, things like that, little bits that are offcuts from fabric, salvage edges, all sorts of little things, all the things that we love. Okay, I did find this image earlier, because I was talking about having terracotta pots. So there's a pot there, we might do that. And I've got this avocado dye here. So I was given the idea from Linda over in Cyprus to put terracotta pots, that would look nice in my Mediterranean cottage. So I'm just going to quickly have a go at drawing a large sort of urn pot. Normal craft scissors. Okay, so I'm cutting out these terracotta pot images on some avocado dyed paper, just a scrap that I have here, and then what I'll do is I'll turn it over the other way, and hopefully it'll look like it's meant. Okay, just the shape cut out of photocopy paper that was previously dyed using avocado skins, and just give a little darkening to the edge, just using the distress ink there, which was vintage photo. Stick that down, just a very subtle little something to add to the whole vibe of this holiday Mediterranean cottage that you've been watching me put together the other day for the Builder Journal June project. Alright, so we're back onto the messy place here. I'm going to use old paper distressing, and I'm just wanting to put in the background a little subtle hint of green, because this was cut out of a white you know, page, sort of a magazine style, and we'll just put in the green of that, just so that it's a suggestion of the green plant. Then go back to the brown and just put some browning down on that bottom pot, and then take up some brown around the edges. Okay, and then we'll glue that down. That's nice. Just stick that down. Okay, so we've got that so far. Okay, I've just, to link those two together, I've just had a thought that I might use this butterfly. So we want black ink here. I've managed to locate my black soot ink, the archival. That is a permanent ink. That's it, that's all right. Now, I thought that that was going to be a good idea, but now I don't like that. So I need to just put something a little bit more treasured in there, a little bejeweled something, or a little magpied bit that I've squirreled away. Or how about a key? That's really cool. Okay, I like the key. The key is very sweet. I'm almost wanting to sew that on. Okay, I'm sewing it on. Just go round a couple of times sewing on that little key. I just had a little key charm and it's been floating around for ages, and yeah, it just seemed to look quite nice there. Tie a knot here. That's it. That's great. And then we'll just age up the cotton bit there, so that's sweet. So we've now got the key to the door hanging on the inside and a little map, because why not? And then I found this sentiment here and it says for good, and I'm going to put that down there because it's perfect size, and we do lots of things for good in our junk journaling community to help others, and so that is a nice little reminder and a little thought-provoking sentiment. So I'll just put that on there like that. There we go. So that's sweet, isn't it? That was intended to be a pocket until I tucked that down. I've just got this stamp. I'm just going to see if I can get a bit of, it's got a little script on it and some branches and things, and I think it would look quite interesting if I could just do that. Lovely. Okay, right, there we go. So that's quite fun, and then I'll put a little trim bit down the bottom there, just adding a little bit of fabric glue along the bottom so that this can stick on there, and it should overhang ever so. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. We'll just bring it down and make the overhang a little bit more emphasized. That's it. Okay, so that is the inside finally done, and that is more than enough. So I am going to send that off to Aberdeen. That's lovely. So that one is on its way. What I'll do is I'll wrap it up. Okay, I'm wrapping up my Happy Mail house project in some vintage sewing paper, and I'm just going to put that down there like that. I just thought it would be nice for you to see some ideas on how to package things up if you're sending to people. There we go. And then we're not crushing the paper too much, so that can be reused. And I'll just fold that bit in there. So we have this. Go, and then we add a card that we made the other day, and that is a really sweet giveaway, isn't it? So that's lovely. So that's happened, and that is off to Aberdeen. And now I've got two parcels to show you very quickly. The first one is this wonderful blue parcel that arrived for my birthday, and this was from Jeanette, who has sent me things in the past. She sent me some socks, so she did not need to do this. She's gone over and above. But just to say, Jeanette is a very keen and very talented crochet queen, and I just wanted to show you this because it is really, really superb. So can we just give a round of applause to Jeanette for sending this very sweet crocheted cupcake complete with sprinkles and this most amazing blue butterfly, and it's even got a variegated blue tone in the centre, little antennae, a little candle, and absolutely fantastic. And it's so well executed. I just love it so much, and I couldn't believe that that had come my way, so I was blown away. It was really, really sweet. I'm going to have that in the craft room. It's just a real talent there. I can crochet, but not to this level. This is really, really great. So thank you, Jeanette, that was wonderful, and also for your lovely birthday card that came with it. So I'd had a lovely birthday in the mid-June. I share my birthday. My husband and I are a week apart with our birthdays, and we did actually escape, and we went to the Netherlands. We went to Amsterdam for the weekend, and we took children, and this is all the things from my weekend away, and I will be showing how to put that into some coherent book or some sort of way to keep all of that, because I've collected a lot of paper. So that's coming up, because I will want to do that. So yes, amazing. Thank you very much. I had a lovely birthday. Thank you all for your lovely comments. It was absolutely just what I needed, an escape, because I have been very poorly, but I am now so much better. Another thing that's happened is, while I was so very poorly, it just knocked me for six. I was so tired. I'm sure many people can relate who just feel like you cannot do your normal activities, and that's what happened. I then put on a little bit of weight, and so now I am trying to lose weight, and I'm feeling a lot better. So I have joined a slimming group, and I am going to be taking back the reins and getting my health back together. So we'll be talking more about that, and through July I shall be documenting some of that journey as I just get my health back to where it was before I was so poorly. So there we go, these things happen. Now the second parcel is my house swap that will be going into the Builder Journal, so I just wanted to show you what I've received. Now this came like this, so I have this cardboard, and if we look at it, it does look like it could well be used as a rather enormous journal cover, but because I have to use only the things I've been sent, I could incorporate that. So I'm building up the packaging. We can fashion a journal out of this somehow, so that is great. Lovely, useful cardboard resource. Okay, so here we have some seam binding. Now, I don't have any of this seam binding. I tend to use sari silk, and this is because I can never find this seam binding. It's really difficult to get hold of here in the UK, well, certainly in where I am. So that straight away is very exciting. So I can see that this is the artwork, and this is some extra bits that I've been sent. Now this comes from Pat Page in Devon, and Pat has been supporting the Treasured Page. She's been on this swap for well over a year now. She's an absolutely lovely person, and here she has sent me this month's project, which is of course the house project that we've just been looking at. So mine is going off to Scotland, and mine has been received from Devon in the UK, and she has made a little card with a beautiful button there. Wow, and that is just a fabulous picture. Oh, I like that so much. Oh, what lovely neat writing. Don't you just love it when you... I just wish that I had neat writing like that. To dear Mel, really enjoyed making the house. Was different. Fun to do. Thank you for everything you do. Happy crafting. Love, Pat. Wow. Really nice. So that is a lovely little journal card. That is definitely going to go in my journal that we're building. That's going to go into this journal. So this is not the cover, this is what I'm calling a signature keeper, and there is elastic there, and then we are able to add the little extra bits, and I will be able to use this as my personal journal next year, 2024. So if you'd like to follow along and you'd like to make your own journal, then absolutely you will be able to pick up the projects and just have a go. We are swapping and sharing in our group in the UK, and there are 2 other groups in the US and in Canada that are also doing it. We've got South Africa joining in, ladies all around the world. So if you are tuning in for the Builder Journal, tomorrow will be the next project, and that will be coming out to you. So butterfly card here, and that is, oh, that's a good idea. So that's a collage on perhaps a not very interesting vintage card, vintage postcard, and then it tells you bridal couple in national costume from Voss, printed in Norway. Well, now I'm secretly wondering what the national costume looked like, but what has happened here is we've got this wonderful butterfly decoration. That is writing space. It's a fabulous journaling card, and in time, if the glue were to ever peel away, you'll get a fabulous surprise of what was there originally. So I love that. That's a real intrigue. Lovely fun extras. Let's have a look at the beautiful artwork that Pat has created for her house project, and I think I will enjoy using this seam binding. That is just so useful, isn't it? It's really pretty, really delicate, lovely cream colour. So that's great. And then we've got some tissue paper here, always useful, so we're trying not to tear it too much, which is a bit difficult because it's quite fine. It's the sort of paper you get for packaging. Oh, look, oh my goodness, it's got a door knocker. And it's, oh look, it's got a door knocker. Really, really fun. Oh wow, that's great. And the numbers, and the back of it, look, the back door, and the pots, and the lavender. And I have lavender growing in my garden, and in the front and out the back, so you're not wrong there. Lovely lace. Oh, that's really clever. So lace at the windows. Oh, look, pockets inside. That's so clever. I'm almost wishing that I did the pockets. I've seen the pockets being done twice now by the lovely girls that are posting up. And yeah, it's so clever, isn't it? Because it's a real fabulous storage point here. Oh my gosh, there's lots. We've got clusters with beautiful butterflies. Another little pocket for stamps. They're great. And then some beautiful bits and pieces here. That's a die. Oh look, that's fun. That's a die cut. That's useful, isn't it? Look at what this is though. It looks like we've got some original writing there. Now this comes from a book, that's Practical Typing Exercise book, which shows you how to do letters and things like that. So that's really brilliant. And then we've got some book page. No, we haven't. We've got some dictionary page, and this looks like a lovely vintage one. So that's really useful. Another die cut circle. Gosh, that's quite good, isn't it? I wonder if we even straight away a little pocket. How about that? So round, that little pocket. I like that. And then I could decorate that. Might even do that. Look, that's quite good. And then we can have another pocket there. Lovely ideas. More book page. Another little pocket. Oh, look, die cuts. Excellent. So useful. Oh, that's fun. Oh, these are nice. These are nice little fun little bits. They've got little twinkly bits on. Little twinkly bits. That's lovely. Lovely old vintage stamps. One from the United States there. And then we've got Australia. Oh, wow. Those are lovely. Really old stamps. My goodness. My favourite things. So I'm going to put the stamps in there, and I'll put those back in there. What a brilliant way to execute that project. Lovely little door knocker there. I think it's a brad. It's all been hidden away. We can have a little nose. Nope, we can't see it. It's all been very cleverly hidden, and that is just part of the intrigue of how has that been done. So I'm guessing it's a brad, but that's really cool. Lovely embossing there of the wooden door. Really brilliant. Oh my goodness, where's this going to go? I think we're going to have it here, and it be the second signature. Oh, there we go. I like that. That's very good. Okay, the house is going to live there, I believe, and then we've got the pocket, and then I'll have to play around with all the papers until I'm happy, and then this is how it will be on the back. So that is going in the journal. So that's amazing. Oh, so much fun. And then I've been sent some extras, so I'm just going to very quickly get into this and have a little look. All right, let's have a look. Oh my, wow. What have you done? This is so naughty. There's so many things. That's insane. I'm blown away. Oh, Pat. Oh my goodness. Are you having a clear out? Look at this. This is crazy. This is far too much. Far too... Oh, wow. Oh, fabric. Oh, fabric heaven. Oh, look. London. Oh, wow. That's so cool. So we could have a oh, wow. That's really good, isn't it? Okay, so that could be a potential front cover of the journal, including pocket watches, the Houses of Parliament, Big Ben, and some London taxis, and then some lovely ticking. So that's all interesting. I know my videos recently have been showing a lot of things that I've been receiving, but these are great examples of the sort of thing that you probably either already have lying around, or you know somebody that can give you a strip of ribbon or some lace, or you've got an aunt or an uncle, or you've been doing a house clearance, or you've been to the thrift shop, the op shop. You've been and found certain little pieces that you can use to build your own journal. So this is why I'm showing it to you. It's not a, ooh, look what I've got. It really is just great examples of what you could go out and find and be able to put in a journal, and really trying to show the use of the things that we already have. These are commonplace things in most people's household. Or not, but sometimes you do have photographs of family, and I know when I went to clear out an aunt's house a long time ago, and she wasn't that familiar to us in the family, and we found a lot of photographs and we didn't know who the family members were. So these are perfect for junk journaling because you could incorporate them into your designs. And if you've got anything that's particularly special and this is a personal journal for you, it could be the time where you feel like you could be using some of these things that you have either been left, passed down, come across, they were belonging to your mother, your aunt, you know, a family member that you've previously not been able to know how to deal with. And I think sometimes working with those really personal things, it's one of two ways. It's either too hard because it's a loss, you're grieving for somebody, and maybe that's not the easiest thing to work with, but other times their things just brings you closer to that loved one, and helps you honour the past. So sometimes it's easier to use bought things that remind you of a nostalgic time where you had memories of people from your childhood, and other times it's wonderful to use the actual things and put them down on a piece of paper and bind them in a book and keep them in a place where you feel is safe, and you can experience some of those emotions and help you through tough times, or help you process something that you maybe haven't processed for years. So you could look to do a family journal and start putting down things that are otherwise in a shoebox somewhere in a closet. And oh oh wow, that's a lot of paper clips, Pat. I do like paper clips in a journal. So, and paper embellishments, I've not seen those before. Aren't they pretty? They've got little, what looks like little wooden beads in the centre. They're lovely. Really great. Really great. My hands are a bit wrinkly. I have a fish tank. That's been a project this year, was to put together an aquarium. I do find that fish just calm me down and make me feel happy. So I have a tropical fish tank, and I put plants in it. And so I've just been sorting that out because a plant was dislodged. I'm not sure you needed to know that, but I will film my fish tank when I've got it looking nice and neat and everybody's happy in there. I will show you the fish tank and the beetroot, which is growing very nicely in the garden. And although it's been really, really hot here and the leaves have got scorched, the beets are doing well. So I'll show you that. My husband's very keen. He's a keen gardener. He is keen. I'm not saying he's a gardener, but he's definitely keen, and he does pull up weeds, and he also pulls up what he thinks are weeds, which are not altogether necessary to pull up, shall we say. So the garden is doing well, sort of. Bag number 2, full of useful things. Oh, look, makes. Things that have been made. Oh, this is so lovely. This is over and above. It really is. Look at this. Oh. Oh, now this is... Oh, this looks like the Great Western Railway. This reminds me of Devon. Now, I used to go to Devon as a child. It's probably not, but it does remind me of the Great Western Railway that runs down to the West Country. And nice bit of paper there with the effects on it, coffee stained and ink stained it looks as well. So that's useful. Nice little things, little bit of writing paper to tuck in somewhere. So that's what you've done here. Writing space on the back, all sewn, feels really nice. So it's folded book page. That's clever, isn't it? And then the lovely photograph of a mother and a daughter by the sea. Just breathe. Yes, I could take that advice. Yes, just breathe. Go down to somewhere in nature and just breathe. That's lovely, doing the edging there with washi tape. That's clever. That's a clever way of just highlighting a little overlap area very simply, very quickly. Great stuff, really brilliant. And these look like ring binders, so good. I've got those, I like that. We can embellish those. This is another one with a little number on it. What's happened here? Oh, okay. Oh, a little packet. One of the little packets. This is super. Yep, great. Nice little paper bag made out of a tracing paper. Oh no, made out of baking sheet. Cookie sheet, cooking paper. Lovely little windows, little pockets, little, this is hidden paper clip, isn't it? That's really sweet. Oh, that's going to be lovely. Look at all these lovely things. Really lovely vintage bits and pieces here. And this is another, well, that's interesting. How have we done this? Folded up and then decorated. Oh, they're lovely. Really lovely. There's a theme there. Mother and a baby, mother and child, mother and daughter down by the sea. Front reminds me of me. I've got a very similar picture of my daughter when she was that age down by the seaside. And then what looks like a father and a daughter there. And then we've got some playing cards here. This beautiful geisha girl here with a butterfly and the little script and the tickets and all the little things. Lovely. Really nice journaling card, that. I love that. That's super. All the lovely bits. So just showing off what Pat's capable of there. Lovely vintage sepia tones go so well with coffee dyed papers. I know this is a style that a lot of people like to use. It's a lovely, timeless, traditional style that we all sort of feel a comfort when we do the vintage journaling, using up our brown paper packaging. It just works so well with this era and these vintage finds. So now I'm going to put all the little useful bits in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it when I get die cuts. Die cuts! Perfect. All the botanical ones. So these are great. I have something very similar. I'm not sure if I have these. This looks like wildflowers. Looks like a Tim Hol. Oh, maybe it isn't. I don't know. No, I don't think I have these, Pat. These are great. I'm not sure I've got these ones. Strong red colour there. That looks pretty on that stripy bag. Yeah, they are brilliantly on a page. And this is a photo frame. I think if I bend it, is that how we do this? Comes over and you can make like a slide, decorative tissue paper, and more paper clips. But they're interesting paper clips. These are the paper clips that I have. I do have these ones, but these are more of a triangle shape at the bottom, sort of different to what I have, which is really interesting. This is how they used to keep the grain off the grounds, by putting them on these little staddle stones. They're called staddle stones. They look like little mushrooms, but the whole building was kept off the ground so that you didn't have all the rats and mice going in. It was a grain store. Still have them, still see them like that today. This is a very traditional West Sussex building, actually. So we see a lot of these from where I live in West Sussex. So I believe that actually comes, yeah, that comes from, I know where that is. I've seen it. Where's this one? Oh, and this is in Wales, and this is a toll gate house in Wales, so you would have had to pay your fare to be able to travel on that portion of the road. And then this is a very old Tudor building, and this looks very familiar to me as well. And yes, that is in West Sussex, and I have also been there, so that is very close to. So apart from that, but I am going to Wales. So those two is, you know, traditional buildings from the area in which I live. So that is really great. So some really super, well thought out little things there. Or whether that came together or whether that was intended. That's really sweet. Oh, lovely. This is so good. So we've got a bit of vellum and some tracing paper. Just some see-through pieces here. I think that's quite nice to have that in a journal, and that feels like really good quality tracing paper, actually. Some sewing paper, vintage sewing paper. It doesn't all have to be incorporated straight away, because you've got to think that you can pull from it next year as well. And then you've given me some acetate windows. That's good, isn't it? So I'll be able to make some windows in tags. So there's so much there. There's just too much really for one journal. So that's wonderful. I'll be able to use those things in future projects as well. That's really nice, really kind. What a kind person. And this is great. Botanical drawings. Oh, look. Oh, wow. It's really nice as a page. And then we could decorate something on the other side. I think it will have to go, make sure it's the right way up. And then we would get that, like the roots, or we could have the top. Wow, what an absolute super pack of goodies and papers. I'm blown away by the kindness and generosity as usual. Very overwhelming to have so many things and to sort of work out how I could best use that in the journal. But I think what I'll do is just not get too overwhelmed. I'll put it in the box, and then when the time comes to piece everything together, I shall just pull from it as wonderful resources and only use what goes in the box. There we go. And then I need to decorate the box a bit more, but you know, life takes over, doesn't it? So that everything's going in here, so I know what I can play with and what I can't. And there's just so much here. There's so many ideas that I'll not get through it all straight away. So this is going to take me a very long time to put it together, but then that's the whole idea. to slow down, collect the things, make sure you've got things that you can use. Look out for stuff like this, because it's just these sort of things that we use to make really intricate, interesting things, and just play with the scraps and the bits and the pieces. It's all wonderful stuff. So there's absolutely loads to choose from to add to the journal. Okay, well that took much longer than I thought, so the video's been quite long, so I don't want to take up any more of your time. So what I'm going to be doing is bringing to you the July project. That will be tomorrow, and I will now work on putting in some pages, and we'll have a look at how you can do that so that you could have a journal for July. If you would like to take part in the Junk Journal July project, you might want to know how to put in the pages, so I'll just show you that, particularly if you're new to the channel or new to the hobby, and then we can look at those things over the weekend. And what I think I'll do now is just sign off. It's very late here in the UK, and I would like to make sure that I get the film done for you tomorrow with our next project for Build a Journal, which will be our next monthly project. For anybody wanting to join in, you can of course watch back the previous videos over on the playlist for Build a Journal 2024. So have a look at all of those projects, and you can catch up if you haven't already. And otherwise, I will be back very soon with the next video, so like and subscribe, press the bell icon, and then that will alert you when the video goes up with the next project for July, if you are taking part for the monthly projects, which are nice and relaxed, and you've got the whole month to make them. You can do it from the comfort of your home. You do not have to be sending it out to anybody unless you want to, or unless you're part of a circle, or you're part of a friendship group, or you have a junk journaling buddy that you would like to send things to. This is just an idea. It's just some really nice happy mail ideas that you can add to your journal and just feel more connected with those around you. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. That was a lot of little catch-up bits from me, and I will be endeavouring to work towards building the journal slowly in the background, and just generally slowing down and having a relaxing time that we all need to think and just rejuvenate ourselves every now and again. Take that break, collect the things, bring them back, and then relive that experience of where you went, even if it was just for a day out. Okay, so do take care. I will be back with you very soon, and above everything else, guys, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.